Hi, I know you all are very upset because I couldn't shoot videos for a couple of weeks. It has been hectic, but here I am with my next video. I wish everyone happiness. I really hope everyone is okay, safe, and many waters have gone under the bridge since I've met you last time. But but I had to come down to shooting this video because a couple of Bengali proverbs, or actually there are three Bengali proverbs that have made my life absolute hell. That have made my life absolute hell. The first proverb, the first Bengali idiom that I wish to talk about is it's not a probad, it's not an idiom, it's a Bengali verse that মায়ের দেওয়া মোটা কাপড় মাথায় তুলে নেড়ে ভাই দিন দুঃখিনী মারে তোদের তার বেশি আর সাধ্য নাই. So if we see carefully that the cloth that mothers can afford is thick, that is not expensive. So there is a beautiful relationship between poverty and motherhood. Okay, poverty and motherhood. And there is another interesting adage in Bengali that মেয়েরা তো মায়ের জাত, মেয়েরা তো মায়ের জাত, women are mother kind, women are mother species. So this is how motherhood is glorified by patriarchy, and not only is motherhood glorified by patriarchy, motherhood is uh, motherhood is almost made compulsory, is made compulsory for women. So if you do not become a mother, you are not a woman. So this is the second part of the the video, and the third part that I wish to talk about is something that I have heard recently from one of the members of my own family, and that idiom is সংসার সুখের হয় রমণীর গুণে, সংসার সুখের হয় রমণীর গুণে, right? So if I translate that in English, because many of my subscribers do not know Bengali, and this is no aparad not to know Bengali. Okay, this is no aparad not to know Bengali, and and you may not know any language, and you may know any language, and neither there is any pride in knowing a language, nor there is any guilt in not knowing any language. So there are many subscribers who of my YouTube channel who do not understand Bengali. So I'm going to translate that for them. Say that সংসার সুখের হয় রমণীর গুণ, that is, the domestic happiness is primarily based on women, or in other words, women. It's only women who make domestic life blissful, happy, and joyous. So the domestic sphere, the happiness or the joy of domestic sphere is and are not based on men, is and are based on women. So if women want, they can make সংসার happy. Men are not entrusted with the responsibility of making সংসার happy, domestic sphere happy. So therefore I will go back to each of these idioms, these Bengali verses, these Bengali proverbs, but there is an interesting correlation amongst all these things. That is, when a woman is born, then I have forgotten another one. This is another person whom I have heard speaking. Actually, he has a daughter. And I have heard him speak that বিটি ছেলে পড়িয়ে কি হবে, তাড়াতাড়ি বিয়ে দিয়ে দেবো। লিসেন টু দিস ভেরি কেয়ারফুলি। বিটি ছেলে, পড়িয়ে কি হবে, তাড়াতাড়ি বিয়ে দিয়ে দেবো। সো সিন্স আই হ্যাভ এ ডটার, I am not going to invest too much in her education. What I will do, I will marry my daughter off, preferably to a government employee. Okay, so I would not invest much in her education. I would not invest much in my daughter's career, but I would invest a lot in her marriage. And that's why you would see many middle class bourgeois Bengali families. I'm saying Bengali families because statistically I know that many Bengali families, they are not ready to invest for their daughters career. They are not ready to invest in their daughters education. মেয়ের পড়াশোনার পেছনে বেশি খরচ করতে পারবো না, আমরা গরিব মানুষ। বাট সাডেনলি দ্যাট গরিব মানুষ বিকামস লাইক এ বিল গেটস when he senses a marriage opportunity with a government employee. মেয়ের যখন সরকারি কোনো চাকরির সাথে বিয়ে ঠিক হয়, তখনই কিন্তু সেই গরিব বাবাটি বিল গেটস হয়ে যায়। তখনই সেই গরিব বাবাটি কিন্তু তখন বেজস হয়ে যায়। হ্যাঁ, তখন গরিব বাবাটি কিন্তু তখনই মাল্টি মিলিয়নিয়ার হয়ে যায়। সো সাপোজ আই হ্যাভ এ ডটার, আই এম ভেরি পুয়ার ম্যান অ্যান্ড আই ক্যানট ইনভেস্ট ইন মাই ডটার্স এডুকেশন। সো আমার মেয়ের পড়াশোনার সময় আমি খুব গরিব। বাট ইফ আই ফাইন্ড এ গভর্নমেন্ট এমপ্লয়ি হুম আই এম গোয়িং টু marry my daughter of two, then suddenly I become rich, then suddenly I become wealthy, then suddenly I become absolutely super wealthy. So I realize then that I do not have any problem in investing. So মেয়ের এডুকেশনের জন্য যখন খরচ আসে তখন আমি গরিব বাবা, আর মেয়ের বিয়ের জন্য যখন আসে তখন আমি বিল গেটস হয়ে গেছি। খুব ভালো, খুব সুন্দর, খুব চমৎকার। তো রাতারাতি তখন আমি বড় লোক হয়ে যাই, আমি বিল গেটস হয়ে যাই। সো আই স্লেপ্ট অ্যাজ এ বেগার, but on the day of my daughter's marriage I become Bill Gates. I wake up and see in the mirror myself and I become Bill Gates. Fine. Now this is the problem. This is the problem. If you marry your daughter at a very tender age, at a very youngish age, and you invest all your money for your daughter, you invest all your money for your daughter in marriage, something that you could have or should have invested in her education, but you didn't. Then what happens that your daughter will become unemployed, will become an unemployed housemaker, homemaker, and chronologically she will become someday mother, and then she would say to her sons and daughters, দাঁড়া বাবা আসুক, তোদেরকে ভালো রেইমন্ডসের জামা কাপড় দেবে, বাট আমি তো গরিব মানুষ, আমি তো চাকরি বাকরি করি না, সো আই উইল গিভ ইউ অনলি মোটা কাপড়। সো মায়ের দেওয়া মোটা কাপড় মাথায় তুলে নে রে ভাই, বিকজ ইউর মাদার ইজ পুয়ার। ওয়াই ইজ ইউর মাদার পুয়ার? বিকজ ইউর মাদার ওয়াজ not invested in her career. And why did she have no investment in her career and education? Because her father married her early with a government employee. Okay, and therefore the mother would be poor, the mother would be mother, and the mother would always afford what should I say, mota kapur. So therefore মায়ের দেওয়া মোটা কাপড় মাথায় তুলে নে রে ভাই, দিন দুঃখিনী মারে তোদের, তার বেশি আর সাধ্য নাই। সাধ্য থাকবে কোত্থেকে? পড়াশোনা না করে বেকার অবস্থায় বিয়ে দিয়ে দিলে, বাচ্চা কাচ্চা হয়ে গেলে সাধ্য তো আসবে না অন্য জায়গা থেকে। So you should ask your father why did you marry me off at a young age? You should ask your father, why did you invest? Why didn't you invest in my education? And why did you invest in my marriage? তুমি আমার বিয়েতে এত টাকা খরচ না করে আমার পড়াশোনার পেছনে, ক্যারিয়ারের পেছনে, এডুকেশনের পেছনে খরচ করলে, I would not have to sing this song, মায়ের দেওয়া মোটা কাপড় মাথায় তুলে নিয়ে রে ভাই. Then Ma would have afforded sophisticated কাপড়, and then the song would have become মায়ের দেওয়া দামি কাপড় মাথায় তুলে নিয়ে রে ভাই, বড় লোক মা তোদের প্রচুর আছে সাধ্যতা. So therefore, and what is even more disturbing, what is even more annoying, is how this relationship between poverty and motherhood is glorified by patriarchy. Patriarchy loves the glorification of motherhood. I have said that billions of times. But not only that, patriarchy also loves to connect motherhood with poverty. And this connection between poverty and motherhood is absolutely glorifying. Is annoyingly glorifying, is disgustingly, disturbingly glorifying. So if you are a mother, it is assumed that you will be poor, and it is assumed that you would not have any money. It is assumed that you would be giving your sons and daughters mota kapur. Why? Because your dad didn't invest in your education, didn't invest in your career. All the money your dad invested in your marriage. So obviously, this would be the consequence, unsurprisingly. And then patriarchy would come back and turn around and say, see how wonderful this mother is, how wonderful this Dashabhuja is, again, and then exploit with 10 hands Dashabhuja and say, এত কিছু কাজ করার পরেও কোনো অহংকার নেই, তাই গরিব মায়ের এইটুকুই তো সাধ্য. And then patriarchy would glorify this kind of relationship between poverty and motherhood, between mota kapur and motherhood. And this kind of glorification between poverty and motherhood is absolutely asymptomatically patriarchal. So, and the last one, there is another adage called সংসার সুখের হয় রমণীর গুণে. So the domestic happiness, the responsibility of domestic happiness is not to be given on the shoulder of men. Men will go out and earn money. So men will go out and own the public sphere. And what would women do? Women would stay back home and take care of সংসার and সংসারের সুখ. So domestic happiness is the duty of women. So আজ যদি সংসারে, ব্যক্তিগত সংসারে কোনো অশান্তি থাকে, সেই দায়িত্ব মহিলার. How patriarchal this is, how exploitative this is, and how interpolating this is. And feminists need to be more and more worried, more and more concerned, more and more interested in how these Bengali idioms discursively construct and consolidate asymptomatic patriarchy and contribute to patriarchal signifying economy. And with this note, I am going to conclude this video of today, and I hope everyone is really safe, COVID-free, and never become positive, stay negative, at least till the pandemic gets over. Thank you. Stay happy, stay safe, and hopefully I will see you very soon with far more videos. And thank you for subscribing my channel, and thank you for managing time to watch my videos.